I'm from a small town in Ontario and spent my youth enjoying the outdoors a great deal. So I'm a bit of a nature nut and I've always been that way. After my undergraduate at Guelph, I went to University of Alberta to do my PhD on spiders. People know that I'm interested in spiders, I think. So that was my research area. And I did a postdoc in the States and then started at McGill in 2002. And so I've been here since then. I'm married and I have 3 kids, and I always tell people that because living with teenagers gives a great deal of experience and understanding some of the challenges that we face as parents and as kids. So I have 3 kids that are entering an interesting phase in life. Before becoming the Dean of Students, I was a professor at McDonald campus in the Department of Natural Resource Sciences doing research on insects and spiders primarily, and my research program was very much focused on the Arctic system. So I was traveling and doing a lot of work with my students in the Arctic. And then in recent years, I became an Associate Dean of Student Affairs at McDonald campus, and that sort of helped my interest in student affairs really grow. And so when the opportunity came for putting a name forward for the Dean of Students, I went for it because my interest in student affairs are a very significant part of my life now, very much. The Dean of Students is an interesting portfolio and I think often very misunderstood. We often think of the Dean of Students around disciplinary procedures because the Code of Student Conduct and Disciplinary Procedures falls under the Dean of Students office. So when students are alleged to, say, plagiarized or a non-academic offense such as vandalism, then my office sort of oversees the process related to student discipline. Our office is also a key entry point for students that maybe are having issues that aren't resolved elsewhere, and sometimes we provide an opportunity to facilitate and coordinate resolutions to issues that students might be having, in particular when they feel that their rights may have been violated. So as a student, if you're really feeling like something's not going well and you've tried to talk to a departmental chair or even an advisor or an associate dean in the faculty, sometimes we can help play a role in finding solutions for some of those issues. We also run the Ask an Advisor website, which so we sort of have a broader perspective on advising. So not advising at a program level, but if you have some general questions about advising, you can go to Ask an Advisor anytime, anywhere, and members of our team will answer those questions and help guide students to the help they need within their programs. Our office is involved with crisis management and worrisome behavior. So if students are exhibiting behaviors or really struggling in some ways, we play a big role in trying to help students in those ways. Our primary goal is helping students' success in both, I really talk about it, success in learning and in life, because the two go hand in hand. So we work really closely with student services, for example. Because we oversee the Code of Conduct and because of the new sexual violence policy that's just been announced today in terms of the latest draft has gone out for consultation, our office plays a big role in supporting survivors of sexual violence, but also facilitating survivors when they want to follow a formal procedure related to that, related to any form of sexual violence. And we also, because we oversee the Code of Conduct, we will help make sure that there's due process with anything going forward with respect to sexual violence. My favorite place on the McGill campus, I love the Redpath Museum. I think it's an amazing. I'm a biologist with an interest in nature, so on campus, I love walking through the Redpath Museum. It's sort of such a curious place with lots of interesting history and very accessible. You can go there on a lunch and walk through it. It's wonderful. The best place to grab a beer on a Friday night is actually pretty easy for me because I'm always heading for the train station. And if I just go a little further west, I'll go down Crescent and stop at Brewtopia. And that's a pretty nice spot to have a beer on a Friday afternoon. I've long been involved with scientific communication as part of my academic portfolio, and I want to continue that trend. And so I have set up a Twitter account for the Dean of Students. It's pretty easy to find, but I have a little more work to do. What I'd like to do is I would like to have a blog And in addition to finding our website, have students have social media sites they can go to follow, not only follow what we're doing, but why we're doing it, and just be sure that we're very transparent about what we're doing as an office and then also as an individual, what we're up to. So stay tuned, because there'll be different channels of communication coming down the pipe. Slow down and pace, because it can be tough, and we've got to reflect and have some self-awareness as we go through the process of an academic program or the process of being an academic administrator. Slow down, take time, and I think also most importantly is, if there are any struggles, then try to be proactive in seeking out support systems. And again, our office can help with that, student services can help, but being proactive in seeking help and pacing yourself would be two key messages. McGill is great because we excel in life and learning. That might be more than 5 words, but it's both. McGill exemplifies both. So I'm Dean Chris Buddle. Meet your dean. You stop me anytime you see me on campus and say hello. My goal is certainly to meet as many students as possible across our campuses and from all corners. So stop and say hello, and I'll do the same.